Hello and welcome to the VRC, and today, not for the first time, we're talking about hand grips because these ones are pretty special. Obviously the Quest 3 and Quest 2 and Quest 1, if you still have one of those, let me know in the comments if you've got a Quest 1, come with controllers without any sort of covering, and if you bash them they're going to get hit, and they also don't have little straps like that. Now there's lots of different controller covers that have these straps, but they're very, very important because I always say they allow you to let go, which means when you're in VR you're not always gripping something and it's just more immersive. Anyway, so by now loads of controller covers have these, and so do these obviously. Now these from Aubika are the first ones that I've seen where you will not need your own batteries. Now I've done a video before and on the thumbnail it was never take out your batteries again or something, and the reason being they came with little doors on the controller handle grips, and you could open the doors and inside you would put some USB-C rechargeable AA batteries in there, which meant you could open the door and when the battery runs out you could pop it in. Now these go one step further because there's no door at all. Instead of getting AA batteries, you get two AA shaped batteries with electrical connectors on that connect to a USB-C charging port at the bottom of each controller. What this means is you literally don't even ever have to look at the batteries in these controllers again, ever. Once they're in, you can just keep them in, and then when your battery runs out, give them a little top up by plugging the USB in the end. Now it comes with a double-sided USB-C connector, which is nice and handy. It also means that you don't obviously have to wait until they run out before you charge them again. You could just get that connector and every now and again plug it in, top them back up, and then your batteries in your controllers should never ever run out. And that, I think, is a brilliant idea. So apart from that, what's good about these controllers? Well, obviously the silicone cover is nice protection for your controllers. It goes around the edges of that as well, so that offers nice protection if you were to hit them against each other or if you hit them against objects. So that's really good. I really like that protection. Obviously, like I've mentioned, these straps, they're really good for the immersion, but also an extra level of safety so you don't lose the controllers. And in general, after playing with them for a while, they feel good and the batteries seem to last a long time, just like the normal batteries for your Quest 3. Sadly, I don't think you can get these for the Quest 2, but Aubika, if you're listening, pretty sure there's loads and loads of Quest 2 users, probably more than Quest 3 users, so if you can, definitely try and get these done for the Quest 2 as well. But are there any drawbacks because nothing's perfect? Well, you might see that this one here has got a cable hanging out and this one has not, and that is because you probably know that this safety tie comes from the bottom of your controllers, and when you buy controller covers you usually have to thread it through a hole at the bottom, but that's where the USB is, that's where they've decided to put it.
Now you may have noticed the hole on the side of the controller, and that on one of my controllers the original safety tie is thread through it. Now whilst you can do that and attach it to your wrist, the reason for that hole is that one of the tracking LEDs on the Quest 3 controllers is there, so they made that hole to keep tracking accurate. So you shouldn't really use that hole for the safety tie. Unfortunately, this means that using these grips means you no longer have access to the safety ties, and whilst I personally rarely use them, they can help if careless VR users are likely to throw the controllers at the TV.
Other drawback, the way it goes in, it literally, there's like a battery door inside this, and when you put your controller in with the new batteries without a battery door, it connects up, so you need to kind of click it in. And then what I'm finding is it's quite difficult to get it lined up so that that isn't obstructed by this part of the silicone here. So what sometimes happens is the button, when you press it in, it stays in like that. So really what they need to do is cut a little section out there to make that larger so it doesn't obstruct it in any way. You can kind of keep pulling it open and you can get around it, but every now and again it kind of still gets caught in there. I've pushed it in as much as I can, so don't think it's because I've got the battery door in wrong. It's just that it just overhangs a bit. So if you were to do a revision of these Aubika, I would definitely sort that out. But if you get it, it would be fairly easy to get some, like a small sharp pair of scissors and just cut a little section out there just so it doesn't rub.
Aubika have told me that they are aware of the less than perfect hole for the trigger and that new editions of the covers will have this fixed. Aubika, when you do, maybe let people know on Amazon or your website.
But at the moment, that's the only drawback I can find. Apart from that little thing there, they're really, really good. And just because of the convenience of never having to mess with batteries again, I'm still going to keep these on. Hopefully, if I keep moving that up, it's just going to stay there. Just because it's just really convenient, and I hate messing with batteries. And even though it's easy to open a little door and plug it in, I still don't do it. But now I've got the double USB just plugged in all the time. So every now and again, I'm just going to plug them in and it's going to be brilliant. So yeah, these from Aubika, new grips. They're not perfect, but they're the grips that I'm going to be using from now on. Link in the description if you're interested. If you do use that link, it'll be an affiliate link, so it will help the channel out. So thank you very much. Elephant in the room. This is the first VR video I've done in ages. I am actually hoping to not do that many accessories now. I fell into a bit of an accessories rabbit hole, doing strap after strap after strap. If I get something that I really, really like and it's different enough from previous accessories, for example, these are very different to anything I've had before, I'll talk about it. Otherwise, there might not be that many accessories on the channel going forward. Also going forward, I'm going part-time with my job next year, and I'm hoping to get at least one VR video out per week. So if you haven't been here for a while, let us know in the comments below. Say hello, I'll say hello back. And until the next video, thank you very much for watching. Play safe.